Logic, man. What's up, man?
What's good? How are you?
First of all, before I start, man, congrats, man. You about to have another kid?
Another kid, yeah.
Wow, how does that feel, man?
It feels great. It's like the best thing about having kids in hip hop is it makes you not give a fuck about anything.
I was going to bring that up because I know you had a different attitude coming in, and like you were like worried about yourself, how you look.
Of course, all that.
Lyrics, touring, making everybody happy.
I give a fuck.
Kid
now I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Come out, it's like, I don't give a fuck. The kid is looking at you. Now you're the freaking idol.
Yeah,
now.
and the baby, like, yo, my baby is healthy. My wife is healthy. That's all that matters. Like, you really realize, bro, you know how many people aren't here today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers getting shot and this and that and whatever. The fact that I'm even here, who gives a fuck if somebody said this about me or that or da-da-da, whatever? It's just like, bro, all I can do is wish them the best and keep counting his money.
I went through that stage where I got one day I'm like really fucked up or bad, and then next week, hey, we want you to do the Rolling Stone party with Travis Scott. And I'm like, what was I mad last week for?
That's real.
And that's a DJ perspective. I know you have different like experiences of like you have your bad weeks and then all of a sudden you get like some wild sponsor. Just, hey, let's give you like $10 million. Can you come to Australia?
No, that's a real thing. I actually just got $10 million today. That's crazy.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a not, I don't know, weird flex, but okay. But yeah, no, for sure. It's just those things that push it into perspective. The craziest year was for me was 2018. I made $30 million. Wow. Well, no, I made $30 million in a day.
Wow.
In 2018.
In a day.
And I had the biggest panic attack of my life because I told them this earlier, but it's true. I grew up so broke that my roaches had fleas. It's real. So the fact that like I remember being on my basketball court and seeing all that money hit my account, and I like didn't know what to do. Like it scared me.
Yeah, shout out to Wiz. He was here 2 weeks ago, and then he was like happy that you actually got a Taylor Gang tattoo.
Oh yeah, right here.
Where is it? Where is it at?
It's right here.
No, please don't say you got it right there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because like tattoo twins.
Because of you, I asked Wiz right there. I said, "Yo, if this fucking guy Logic could get your tattoo, can I get your tattoo? I've been hanging with you for like what, almost 20 years. I leaked Black and Yellow. I debuted Weed and Boys. Like, can I tour with you now? So he said, yeah, get it. You could get it. So I went and got it. Please don't tell me you got it there.
Where'd you get it?
Wow. Let's see. So are y'all like in a gang for real now?
This is like the hip hop Twilight Zone.
I also got it backstage.
Look at this shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got it backstage before the show.
That's dope. How was that tour though, man? Touring with Wiz.
I'm gonna be honest, it was so much fun. I think it was my favorite tour that I've ever done. Because because Wiz is just such a good man. Like he's a good dude. It's so funny, man. I don't even know how to describe it. He's almost like childlike. He's like very, I mean, he's a fucking grown man, but I'm saying he's very like a pure dude. You know what I mean? He just really just spreads positivity and love, and he's awesome. I had stopped smoking weed after my son was born in 2020 because I was scared I'd have a panic attack in the 10th dimension if he was crying and shit. And so I was like nervous, and then sure enough, I went on tour with Wiz. He was like, "No, you're gonna smoke some weed."
Get back into it.
And I was like, "Nah." And then by the time it was over, it was the return of Stony Bob. I was like ready to just do it too.
A lot of breath control.
I love it. Yeah, I love weed, man. It's amazing. Thank you.
I know you smoke weed.
I love weed.
Yeah, I got you. You gotta let me know if it's good.
Yo, this is tight.
Yeah, Willie Nelson gave me approval. Wiz, Snoop.
All right, cool.
All the real crackhead pieheads.
Jokes Up Ice Cream and Whoo Kid will release Houdini this month.
Did you feel a change when you weren't smoking weed? And how long was that when you weren't smoking weed?
It was 2 years. Well, I mean, you got to understand, I didn't really drink or smoke until I was like 27-ish. So,
Okay.
yeah, because my parents, both drug addicts and alcoholics. My dad was a crackhead, and my brothers were running around in gangs and shooting guns and selling crack to our dad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. So I was always like,
Stay away.
nah, I'm not trying to do none of that shit. And I smoked a little bit as a teenager, and I like drank a little bit, but I never got drunk. And then, when I was like 27, but the wildest part is experiencing like fame and success sober is weird.
Yo, that's crazy.
Because it's just like, it's almost like too intense. Like once I discovered, I wear this, I love to wear this vintage 1990s Alcoholics Anonymous shirt, and I'll wear the shirt and drink scotch. And you could be like, what? But think about it. I grew up in those rooms, and it's because of that program that I can have a healthy relationship with alcohol and with substance. So I just think it's really about a person's mentality and what they want to do.
So explain this anxiety disorder you had. Like I never heard of it. Like you had like some.
Derealization.
Yeah, what's that, yo?
Yo, derealization is a trip, literally. So
it doesn't matter if you're successful or not. You just go.
Yo, let me tell you this: more money, more problems.
Damn,
that's a real thing. Like it doesn't matter. You could, because a lot of people they feel like if you're rich,
it solves everything.
Yeah, but I remember when I first went to therapy and I talked to my therapist, and she was like, I see a few billionaires. And I was like, really? She said, yeah. She said, you know what they all say? I said, what? She goes, if only I had another billion. So like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you always like the success that we have. It's always respectfully like we always kind of looking at somebody else every once in a while, kind of like, damn. And I learned to check that shit, you know what I mean? Because I could look at a Travis or this or that years ago, and I'd be like, damn, he's killing it. And that's that almost that hip hop envy, and I cut that shit off, and I'm like, good job, Travis. Good job, Chance and Kendrick and Cole. Like I love to cheer my brothers on. But what I was going through with anxiety is basically where I felt like I was seeing through glass. It was weird. And it's a real thing. It's a disorder where you almost feel out of your body. You ever seen Men in Black?
Yeah.
So do you remember when they open that motherfucker up in the morgue and there's like a little alien in his head?
Inside, yeah.
That's how I would feel. Honestly, it's almost like when you're really high. When you're really high, you almost don't even feel like you're in your body.
Yeah.
I would feel like that sober. So truthfully, actually, but it doesn't harm you. It doesn't hurt you, but you freak out about it because you're like, oh my God. And what weed did is in substance in general, but weed taught me that it's okay to feel that way, to relinquish control. So the thing about derealization is you just feel weird all the time, and it's almost like, don't think about a pink balloon. You're going to think about it. So first thing, I'd wake up in the morning and be like, wow, I feel normal. Oh, wait, I have this anxiety shit. Oh, my God. And then when you start to just be like, so what? When you just go, so what? But I dealt with that for years, man. I wrote a book about it. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's called Supermarket. #1 New York Times bestseller.
Hey,
and
put it out there.
But I wrote that book to help me get through my anxiety, and yeah, it's been great. I think the best part about where I'm at right now is self-acceptance and being happy with yourself. But that comes with age, because when I was young and I wanted everybody to love me and this and that, and it's just like, bro, not everybody's gonna love you, man. Just let it go.
Did you have stages of like being white? All the white artists go through that shit, like dealing with like black culture and all this weird shit.
Well, I am black. I'm the whitest, most transparent black man.
But you have to keep telling us that though.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what?
Like if I didn't know you, I would think you'd be white immediately.
100%. Yeah, and I get that. You know what I mean? And I think once you meet me and shake my hand, and I'll be over here, I'll be like, cut the check, Frederick, and then I code switch. I'll be like, hey, what's up, brother? What's good? How you been? You know what I'm saying? And I think you can. But it's honestly, I love it. There was a time when people, and what I mean by that is I love that I talk about it and that I have to talk about it because I'm proud of who I am. It's not a thing that's like, oh, accept me. It's like my family accepts me, my friends accept me. This is who I am. I don't need acceptance. But I didn't know that coming up. So like, it almost felt like everywhere I was like, okay, so my dad's black, my mom's white, and I was like needed to sell myself. And now I think it's kind of like a thing in rap where everybody knows now.
Yeah, thank God he's up to that stage.
I know, because it's like, damn, like you know what I mean? So it's funny because you asking me a question like that, I love it because I'm now at a place in my career where it's like, what's it like to look white in hip hop and rather than Charlemagne being a fuckboy and being like, oh, so you're white. And it's like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? No, this is who I am.
That's your story.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Who is anybody to try to deny you of like a fucking fact? Like it is what it is. Yeah. But once I realized none of that shit matters, like people could literally be like, no, he's not. Like even today, and I'll be like, all right, cool. I guess I'm not to you. Fuck you.
Damn, but you went through a lot. You went through interracial shit, then you went through the down south stage where you see like the non-lyrical. I mean, I'm not gonna diss down south. I'm not gonna diss anybody else that's non-lyrical. But a guy like you who is lyrical, you understand what is not lyrical.
Yeah, 100%.
And that is kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? You must have went through a lot of shit. Like, yo, why is this shit like so lit? Like,
What do you mean? Like, why is it popping?
Yeah,
as
why is it
opposed
like crazy? Is it because
no,
people
it's pop
just want to
culture.
have fun, or it's just a fun thing?
I think it's
or?
just pop culture. I think that's why hip hop is the biggest genre, because hip hop is now pop. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
You listen to Ariana Grande, she got 808s and hi hats and shit. It sound like Lex Luger. I'm like, what
Lex
the fuck?
Luger.
Yeah,
Man.
and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that's where hip hop has evolved, especially here in its 50th year. So there was a part of me that would hear certain people, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I'd be listening to Lil Yachty, and Lil Yachty's like, oh yeah, whatever. And at the beginning, I was like, man, who's this 17-year-old kid? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And now I be listening to Lil Yachty like, oh yeah. And because for me, it's about, like, I fuck with Yachty, bro. And I do fuck with these people, who they are. And I think a lot of, I guess, hip hop that isn't necessarily the most lyrical shit, I think it has an amazing place, because I'm not trying to be, who wants to be at the party on some, yo, I take your fucking brain and contort it into 6 figures like origami. And no, I'm trying to hear some, oh yes, little Yachty, baby, I'm vibing. That's what I want. You want that shit. Am I right? Come on, man.
It's a balance, though.
You trying to fuck a bitch talking about, yo, the 36th chamber through the fucking.
This hip hop movement, so they used to be like,
yeah.
you never did that?
Hell no. What the fuck? What you think I am?
It's funny because, like, when I first heard of Logic, I was like, who is this kid, right? So I'm glad I had the opportunity, which I think everybody out there need to go. If they don't understand your shit, they gotta go to your concert.
Let's go!
So I saw you perform, and then it made sense to me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a child of hip hop. I love this genre. I love
Especially when you see 50,000 motherfuckers saying your shit. Where I was like, who the is this guy? What the?
Right?
Thank you.
I
I appreciate it. I think it just, at the end of the day, anybody judge books by their cover. It's we're human. We're human. And I think a lot of people, they just see me and they're like, you know, I think I definitely do feel a big shift in the perception of me in music. Like, it was kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? And and then I don't know. And then I got super famous, and then everybody was all kind of like, I was the underdog, but then the underdog makes it, and then everybody like kind of wants to see the underdog fall, and then, I mean, I ain't never fell. I'm still rich, but anyway, you know, they want to see you like fall or this or that, whatever. And then I don't know. Once I stopped giving a fuck, truly, well, almost, because we're human, we care, right? I care about my art, I care about personal relationships, but I think once I just woke up one day and I realized, not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. So stop trying to focus on the people who don't like you. I mean, really think about that for a minute. Like, if somebody's like, yo, fuck this dude, I don't like him, why is there a part of you that goes, but I want you to like me? One, because you're human, but really break that down. Do you want a piece of shit who would say, I hope your baby dies to like you? Fuck them. Who gives a shit? Once I learned that, I'm free. You know what I mean? Like, I am a human. I'm fucking sensitive. I have emotions. But what I'm in control of is the fact that, like, if somebody's gonna say some hurtful shit, it's gonna hurt. But I'm in control of how long it hurts and how much I allow it to hurt. Yeah. You know, I was talking to Big Boy years ago, and he said, this game is a game of enough, not hood enough, black enough, rich enough, this enough, that enough, cool enough. And he said, Logic, you are enough. Wow. And I was like, damn, brother, thank you.
Damn, did that energy like link you with like Russ and all the other people that they be hating on? Like, I see you hang with like a lot of people. That
Russ is dope. But you know what it is? It's like, bro, we have our own universes. That's what it really comes down
Jordan
to.
Lucas is like so underrated. He's nice as fuck.
Incredible. Yeah.
Like,
it's a wild thing. And I mean, I just want you to stop giving a fuck, because it's a cool kid. It's like a bunch of people that we wanted to be accepted by because before we were known, were fans. So like when I did Breakfast Club for the first time, and Charlamagne's asking me dumbass questions like, who raped your sister and whatever the fuck. Yeah, trust me. Anyway, we won't get into that shit. But he's asking me dumb fucking fuckboy questions, and as a kid, I'm like, I don't know how to answer this because I've been watching you for years. You're like one of my favorite
super
people.
Fan. Oh,
yeah. And then I'm hit with that, and it just makes you.
What a car crash! You probably was thinking about it all day to get there.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
So how did that? How did you handle that when you have like people, not per se idols, but like idols become rivals, people that you were looking up to, now not necessarily rooting for you or supporting you, how did you kind of navigate through those kind of relationships?
I mean, bro, you're talking 10 years of me just wanting to be accepted. 10 years, like for real.
And you could be bitter, and you're not.
Yeah, but no, because it's just fuck them. That's what it really is. It's like, bro, if somebody doesn't like you, it's all good. It's cool.
But that's the revenge, though. Success is the best revenge. Mike Tyson told me that shit.
And Sinatra said that. Sinatra said that. Massive success is the best revenge. The best revenge is massive success. So when a Joe Budden or a Charlemagne or whatever, anybody who don't fucking like me for whatever reason that is their own, says something about me, I'm able to just relinquish that by sitting back and being like, man, first and foremost, it's like, you know, I never even met a Joe Budden, right? You know, I never met him. I never shook his hand, never this, never that. I have no problem with this man. But like, you know, he has said some wild shit about me in the past, and it really sunk in. I was like, damn, why does this guy not like me? And realizing, fuck him and anybody who don't like me. That's their own prerogative. Okay. For $14.99, in our phones, we have every song that ever existed. It's basically free. There's no value on money. It's basically on music. It's basically free. So you got motherfuckers on hip-hop Twitter talking about Taylor Swift albums and shit. What the fuck is you doing listening to Taylor Swift, talking about Taylor? You don't listen to Taylor Swift, but you're listening to Taylor Swift just so you can be a part of a fucking conversation. And what I'm saying is in my day, bitch, I had to get on a fucking bus and transfer and take the 62 to Lake Forest Mall to fucking FYE to stand in line to buy a CD. Spend $20 on that fucking CD. You think if I didn't like it first listen, I'm going to go hot ass garbage like they be doing on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Also, what the fuck, what era are we living in where somebody could listen to some shit and be like, shit, it's ass. How you talk to your mama making you fucking macaroni and cheese and you like, this is ass, bitch. No.
It got me dying.
If they had to do that behind the phone, they probably would. But when it comes to like seeing someone in their face, you know, you can hide behind them screens all day.
That's real.
You know? It's easier to be a bully nowadays, I feel like, because people are bullies behind their phones, in their couch. They could be homeless and writing shit under you like,
Instagram
oh, you broke ass
gangsters.
bum. And they might be living in a cardboard box. So
bro, I've never had nobody come at me that way. And the reason that I in person is because I'm a real motherfucker, bro. When I shake your hand, I look you in the eyes, have a conversation, I want the best for y'all. I want y'all to be happy, healthy, continued success. I want that for Joe. I want that for Charlemagne. I want that shit. Before the beef was squashed, with me and Joyner Lucas, I wanted that for him. That's all I want, man. So anybody who wants beef with me, you're just a pussy ass bitch. Yeah. But once again, once the baby, man. When the baby comes out.
Oh, you really not going to give a fuck again. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. It's just.
How deep are you not going to give a fuck now? You got two now.
Yeah, I got two. We got two. We're going to keep it going.
It's crazy. Is your fans don't want you to retire? Like, where does all this retirement shit be coming from? Now you got a new album coming out.
I know. You know what that was? That was just me.
Moments.
No, it was me being sick of the industry.
Okay.
Excuse me. Like, of everything we're talking about right now that a lot of artists are scared to talk about.
For sure.
Bro, I've had some of the most hood motherfuckers in the game coming to me like, hey man, hey bro, I wish I could do what you're doing. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? They're like, I wish I could just be me. I like video games. I like comic books. I'm like, what? And they're like, so, man, like keep doing what you're doing because I ain't even in the streets no more, but I got to pretend like I am and shit. And I'm like, damn, that's really crazy. I ain't going to name names, but it's a lot of them out there.
No, I believe it.
You know, so.
Is there like rappers that's out of your genre that you fuck with? Like all the Lil Yachty guys. Who do you fuck with?
I really love Yachty, man. Yeah. I don't know what it is. He's dope. Yeah, but I really don't listen to rap.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I don't. I listen to classic shit. I listen to fucking Illmatic. I listen to Reasonable Doubt. I
thought he was about to say Hall & Oates or some shit.
No, but I fuck with Hall & Oates. I fuck with all like other genres. But one of my favorite musicians is this dude named Mac DeMarco, and he just makes like fucking music. I don't even know how to explain it. He just be strumming his guitar and singing his shit and doing his thing. And yeah, but I enjoy all music, but I'm just not in the scene. I don't give a fuck about the scene. I don't give a shit, dog. I'm just like, for real, I'm just like, fuck all that. I just want to rap.
Rapping with EMINEM, like Homicide, like How was that when you got that track? Like
that was well, you know, it's funny. I had that beat, and then I just started rapping. Fuck rap, buzzing like an addict with a semi-automatic who done had it and he ready for anybody to buck back. Hold to catch a vibe, you know when you help me. And I just was like, man,
wow,
I'm just gonna.
This guy is
I was like,
fucking beast.
I was like, yo, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And this is when Paul was the president of Def Jam.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, let's pull some strings. What's up, Paul? And we sent him the record and he got it to M. And obviously I didn't expect. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm okay. Cause I'm also rapping on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I'm rapping, dog.
Yeah, he don't know if he want to jump back on that.
And I'm like, is
smoked.
he? I'm like, what's up? And bro, I got call that he likes the song. He's gonna do the song. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. And then a week later, I get a call that's like, yo, M wants you to go open up for him in Hawaii at a stadium.
Oh
I'm
wow.
Like, oh shit.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
So I go out there. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my god. I'm so hyped. And I'm gonna meet him, and I'm like, oh my god, like you don't understand, bro. I used to Forgot About Dre. I used to have my sister put that shit from the radio on a cassette. This make me feel old. On side A, and then she would put it back and forth, so it would be all the way on side A and all the way on side B. And I would just go. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the list. It's a bunch of deprivation, motherfuckers act. You get it. And what I'm saying is, I was like, oh my god, this is the guy. That's my first real memory of like consuming hip hop, and it was him and Dre, and here I am today about to fucking go cray. So then I get in this golf cart, and I'm like, oh my god, it's happening! Like I'm like can't believe this shit. And we get there, and it's like all these fucking security guards, and they're all nice. And I walk in, I see Royce 5'9", who's the homie.
What you see him is
yeah,
about to pop off.
Yeah, and he's like,
it's like you see Royce, you're like, oh,
he's got the glasses on and shit. And then Alchemist was there.
Oh, it's
like,
over.
Yo,
It's
Alchemist
over.
is crazy. And so I dap him all, and then here comes fucking EMINEM with this beard that's new at the time, you know. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. He looked like he's about to chop down a tree right now. I like it.
That's crazy.
And he was so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was like so
humble.
cool.
That's
Yo,
amazing,
and he's the biggest rap nerd. Like we're sitting there, we're talking about shit, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, am I being weird? He's like, no, you're not being weird. And then like 2 minutes later, I'll be like, am I being weird now? like Craig and Friday. I'm like, am I weird now? He's like, no, man. And the third time I was like, am I being weird? He's like, now you being weird. Shut the fuck up. And he's like, I got something. And I'm like, what? And this motherfucker pulls out a CD.
Damn.
I'm like,
wow, how'd y'all play it?
exactly, on his CD player in the green room. And he plays the song.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Oh my god.
like as he plays it, I'm like, oh my god, is he gonna have a verse on here? And he killed it. And the one thing I will sit here and say, me and him was like this on the record.
Wow.
I didn't get sunned. I did everything I could to, you know,
To make sure.
and I love that. And I didn't go back in. I didn't anything. What I gave him is what I gave him, and what he delivered, bro. And it just felt like it was our record. It wasn't anybody trying to, you know, one up or anything like that. And bro, it was a dream come true and absolutely amazing. So yeah, from records like that to records with like Marshmello.
I mean,
you
you
know,
got a record
also-
with Gucci Man.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, damn, did you call Gucci Man or he hit you? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I just reached out and was like, hey, you want to do this? He was like, yeah. I was like, let's go. This is crazy. The Trap God.
Did you ask M about Renegade? Like, damn, why'd you go so crazy on that?
I didn't. What did we talk about? We talked about like Infinite. We talked about
Oh wow.
yeah, his first album back in the day, and
Okay.
even his demo tape. Like that, we were talking about like DJ Kool Herc and just hip hop. Because once again, I'm a student of this. Like I love it so much.
He's so weirdly humble. Like when we were at that show with Snoop, and then Bobby Shmurda walked by. He looked at Bobby Shmurda and went to him and said, "What's up?" I was like, "I'm just saying what's up to Bobby Shmurda."
You know,
I mean, you know, I get it.
I
but
think it's an acceptance thing,
What
though.
the fuck?
Because it's like, even though he's like the GOAT, it's like, but we're as humans, we want to be loved and appreciated.
But
So
he
it's
could have
like,
kept walking though.
I know,
and
because
Bobby
he's not a
Shmurda would've been
bitch.
like-
He's a real one. He's a fucking real one. Because when I saw him, he shook my hand. He looked me in my eyes like a fucking man and was like, yo, you deserve to be here.
Yeah.
What was the first CD you purchased though? Do you
Chingy.
remember? Chingy?
I like the way you do that right there.
That was the first one.
I
you
took my
bought?
ass all the way to FYE.
Yo, that's
I
his
got that
best
shit.
friend, yo.
Oh, boy.
That's his boy.
That was my shit at the Holiday Inn. I was listening to that shit, and
We
then
shared a girl, but not the.
You said you did what?
Yeah.